Well, I'll tell you what, you're talking about young guns. I think there's a lot of good young guns, but I think he is the best of the young guns. I'd like to call Efren a veteran, but I'm way older than him because he's young actually to me.
Our first gentleman is a player representative for Woodpecker Hughes.
Nothing down on the break. No balls have been going on the break.
Corey Drew, West Jefferson, Ohio. Got a hand for red, Corey Drew. Thank you.
Yes, we just got our MC Scott Smith. Just making a few more announcements.
Out of Chief Masters Vegas.
Efren Reyes lining up for the one, sorry. Behind the three, tucked in behind the three there.
Efren played it safe, but he left the edge out, and now he's got a sweat going behind that pink ball, I believe.
On the senior tour in Columbus, Ohio, one of the hardest working guys in the business.
That's what he's trying to do to him. Look at the speed of this shot, Jimmy.
Ladies and gentlemen, he is the reigning U.S. Open 9-ball
Nobody kicks better than Reyes.
Give it up to Dave Owen, please.
Generally acknowledged as the best. They call him the magician just because of the traps that he can get out of.
Sayang naman.
That was a pretty good hit. I mean, he didn't.
Any table would carry with it brand new cloth, bed, and rails. And what a beautiful table this is. Coca-Cola wood.
Virginia Beach, Virginia, please welcome back your own Dave Selbrady.
See what he did there? See the computer? He hit the rail, and he had, if you freeze a guy on the ball, you're taking away a lot of the table. He's going to kick two rails and whack it.
Thank you.
Man, we're sparring right here. Look at this kick.
That's just exactly what you've got. Not many open seats in this arena either. They all come to watch Reyes.
That was one of the times you see clean kick safe. And every now and then you don't have a kick safe, so you want to hit it hard and hope something happens. That's what happened. He used good judgment, got rewarded.
I think that's the beauty of Efren Reyes and why he's so difficult to beat. He reads the situations. You've got to just jump over the edge of the six here to go at this too.
I love you.
This is one that if he manufactures a win, he earned this one in this rack.
He sure did. He out-safed him, and now he got first shot because of it. You want to draw first blood.
Just float this off two cushions and play the 5 into the bottom left corner.
From Silmar, California, Senor Ernesto Dominguez, table number 15. Thank you.
Perfect.
7 could pose problems, Danny. I don't know how it's situated near that right side pocket. You see it just at the right edge of your picture there.
Well, I think if he gets, well, I'll tell you what, the 8 is out far enough to go in the side pocket, and I think the 7 will go in that side pocket where he's shooting 6 now. Yeah, and look at the angle we got. If it doesn't go in the side, you can shoot it in the corner and go down to the 8. Just don't hit the point. Just don't hit the point. You want to get past the side. That's what he did.
Reyes looking as sharp as I've ever seen him look. This was some kind of opening rack, this one.
Total control.
Easy 9. Let's Reyes open his account.
He has dominated pool, and not just 9-ball. And if anything, the players talk about he's got a weak break. But you know what that means? That means of all the things he does, that's the weakest part of his game. Doesn't mean it's that bad.
Yeah, that's right, Danny. Well, I actually said this is second round action. It's third round action. Both of these players in the winner's bracket have won their first 2 opening matches here in the 30th annual U.S. Open Championships. 2 breaks, and we've yet to see a ball pocketed.
Well, that's not which is best, yours and your opponent. If he has success, don't be stubborn. Follow his lead.
John just trying to roll that cue ball.
He has it. I'm sure he has it. Yeah, he was trying to leave a kick, I believe. Yeah, he let him have it straight in. But what he was trying to do, like you have to do with good players, there's nowhere to push, so you got to come up with tricks. I think he tried to leave a kick and then dare Efren to shoot.
Everything in the open here for Reyes. Well, that was a mistake from John Schmidt.
A rare error.
And one that should cost him the second rack. The last thing Schmidt wanted to do was start things out here, Danny, and dig himself a deficit.
Well, I'll tell you, I played Efren many times, and he is a tough guy to beat when he gets in front. I mean, I don't want to knock him in any form, but he is a great front runner. He will protect that lead. You know, he's not going to make any mental mistakes.
Sige na, matulog ka na.
We'd like to have that push out over again.
Yeah, I'd like to know exactly what he had in mind. I think he was trying to push for the kick, don't you?
He had to be, because where he was pushing to, he had to be
Wait a
using
minute.
the 3 as cover. Well, that's a little closer to his work than he
Yeah.
would have liked, but
Yeah,
he's still in line.
Stopped perfectly. But, you know, if you go another inch, it becomes tricky. Or if you freeze on it, it becomes tricky. He played very close position that time.
Reyes playing with what looks to be a newer cue. And I've got a feeling that a very well and renowned cue maker from the Philippines, Ronnie Powell, has made this cue for him. And this 9 to take a 2-0 lead, and there you go, Reyes.
He is watching.
And these players work long and hard on the break. So John Schmidt in rack number 6 will be looking to secure a ball, and in an ideal world, leave himself nice on the 1.
Well, he took a little bit off the break that time, but it's still...
Gung gung ka.
Looks like falling on the 2 is the whole rack here, doesn't it, Jim? Oh, another round.
Ito kasi.
He followed through, let go of the bridge. It didn't look like, a very good stroke.
Parang may naamoy ako hindi maganda.
In the Philippines, I think was building Efren a cue, so who knows?
Yeah, that's a rare miss. I didn't expect him to miss there. Of course, John thinks Miss is an unmarried girl's first name. Well, now he's looking, but I think it goes. Yes, it does.
Really everything in the open. Just got to control that cue ball.
Oh, this is automatic position, actually. And that is the great kind of position where you just make the ball.
To clear the colors and leave that 5 over the side pocket. So he's got to clear that 8. He looks to have done that.
If you're not playing well, you could snooker yourself on a shot like that, but he had confidence. He played right through the window there.
These are the type of racks, too, with a player like Reyes. I mean, you've got to punish him. You get a miss like that. He punished him the last time Reyes missed. And he missed again, and Schmidt has to let him know that those misses are not going to go unpunished.
Yeah, John will take advantage. He's really a hard competitor. Perfect angle to go from the 7 to the 8, and look where the 9 is. Just, well, he got a little more angle than he wanted. He may have to hit a rail first. I mean, if he got straight in, it would have been easy, but I think he's got to hit the end rail and bounce back up.
Just resettles himself, a lot like a golfer that may be disturbed, making sure of exactly what his intentions are. And that looks perfect. So the first 6
Suluhin mo yan.
Center cue ball, and you just bounce perpendicular to the 2. See what he does. No, he went backwards. He didn't want to gamble on it, but, well, he must have this other corner pocket. Good shot, because this brings position.
Again, he's got a chance. He's got to take his time. Keep control of his emotions.
Well, he hit a ball and he still got to the 3.
Yeah, that worked out all right.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a little easier position, but he got a little fortunate there because he glanced off the ball and fell on the 3 like he put it with his fingers.
Just hampered slightly cueing near that 9, but he doesn't have to do anything with the cue ball. Just let it drift back towards the middle. And he should have a nice look at this 4. Now the 5 doesn't go past the 9 to the bottom right. So he probably would have liked to have had that cue ball travel a few more inches to the left, Danny, I think. Better angle.
Well, I think if he draws back, he's going to have a cut on the 5. That's what he did. Because you're automatically going to the 6 when you make the 5. 2 rails, just don't go in that corner pocket. Because you're going towards it, and don't shoot it hard enough to reach it. See it? Anytime you're going towards a pocket and you can't avoid going towards that pocket, you got to shoot easy enough not to reach it. And that's what he did. Great thinking. Look at that stroke.
Yeah, John Schmidt's starting to look a little more comfortable. He sped up his speed of play.
Yeah, he would like to hit that a little harder, but I don't see any problems. Just don't find any pockets with the cue ball. He's in a funny position, reaching and all that, but he did it, but look where he got it. Pretty good. He's going to have to hit a rail, but he should have a good shot on the 9. He's thinking about it. He's thinking about, does he want to hit 1 rail only or 2 rails? 2 rails get you to where you can shoot a little bit harder and the cue ball won't get out of play. I think that's what he's looking at. Draw 2 rails. You can shoot it a little harder and not lose the cue ball. See it? Uh-oh. Oh, man, he hit it a little harder than he wanted. No, but he's okay. He's okay.
And for the first time, John Schmidt gets his nose in front here. Schmidt breaks off in rack number 8, but he found a little success there, and he's got to look at the 1.
Wouldn't that be something if you could do that?
Yeah. Just bring 2 more on the table, say I'll hold those. Those are my get out of jail free cards.
Right. But it is freaky. That's the freaky thing about the break. You can go and not make a ball on the break, and then all of a sudden you make 3. Look at this.
Yeah, that was a great shot. Got
Great
that
shot.
cue ball back to the middle of the table. You can see John just kind of muttering to himself, but boy, he was happy with the way that one unfolded.
You want to get close to the 6. Pretty good. Yeah, I think he's in rhythm, as you pointed out. I think he is now ready to play. He got through the shaky parts. He made a ball or 2 or 3 on the break, and he is certainly feeling good right now.
Yeah, looking every bit a very confident player.
This is how you want to play. You don't want to have any long shots once you control the cue ball.
This 9 for a 5-3 lead. Down it goes. Schmidt breaks off. Rack number 9. Back to form.
Yeah, you see what I mean? Now he, same thing, and it didn't go. That is really freaky.
John was hitting balls prior to this match, as Efren was, and both of the US Open championships have been very quick to say that these pockets are too tight. but I think the humidity, it's been very humid here in Chesapeake all week. You know, rained heavily last night, thunderstorms. That adds to the climate. Always has a factor, plays a major role in how tables play.
Well,
I think under the TV lights here, Danny, I think that this table is considerably drier than the others in the venue.
it definitely is. We have special lights for TV on this table, and it throws heat out and dries the cloth better than on the other tables. And we didn't have any rain today. It was a dry day, so I don't think the table's playing wet. A couple balls hit rails and went in, so that's the indication they're not real wet.
That one didn't hit a rail. Dead center. And perfectly positioned now. Just wants to draw back. Get the cue ball back towards the center of the table for the 6 to the bottom left corner. He already made the 8 in a combination shot to the side, so Efren Reyes should be pulling one back here, barring an earthquake.
Don't say that. Earthquake.
Don't tempt fate.
We avoided hurricanes, but I'll tell you, in Johnson City one time, Ronnie Allen was playing a match, and he didn't have a shot, and an earthquake hit. Everybody ran outside, and when Ronnie came back in to shoot, he had a dead ball. True story.
Standard procedure. I'm surprised. I'm surprised the balls were even on the table. 9 down, and Reyes does indeed pull. Rack number 12. 3 down into the bottom corner. Does he have a shot at the 1?
Yes, he does. It's thin, and it's going to be a little tough to control, but like I said, he's a 3 cushion player, so I think he can hold his ball.
There's 2 very good friends on the left. Nick Varner, 2-time U.S. Open champion, up against a 3-time world champion there sat beside him, Johnny Archer. And Johnny's won this event before too. And looking at the colors as they sit on the table, I think this should be over and out.
So he benefited from the choice of shots. His strategy worked perfectly. Does he have a good enough angle to draw it back? Shoot the ball. Yeah, he has the angle. He's not going inside. Well, he didn't gamble on the side. He hit more center ball and didn't mess with going on the other side of that pocket. And he got straight in, and it looks like he's just going to have to make it and draw back for the 5 and the side. Little draw, right back. Got the shot. Roll it in and shoot the 6 in that right-hand corner pocket. You don't want to roll it. Sometimes rolling it when you don't feel perfect isn't the thing to do. He had more control hitting the rail and bouncing. He did it perfect. Because he has an angle now to get close to the 7.
Couple unforced errors saw Reyes back to his chair a little earlier than many would have expected. And Schmidt.
Ano, hindi ka makapagsalita?
1 shot in the whole match. And would you believe it? It's going to be 6-6. You play 12 racks, you've missed 1 ball. And who'd believe it'd be 6-6?
Well, it's not 6-6 yet because he's looking at this. Does he have a sufficient angle to make the 7 and go to the 8 for an easy shot? No, he didn't. So he had to take a long shot on the 8. He would love to have a better shot than this, but this is what he decided, and if you're positive you're shooting the right shot, you're going to have success. It's only when you're uncertain. He shot the right shot. He said, I'll take the shot on the 8. That's a good choice, and he figures to hit this well because of it.
Not afraid to travel with that cue ball.
Once again, it's like I said, he'd rather shoot hard and have accuracy than try to roll it and do something.
He doesn't try and get cute, does he, Danny?
No.
He takes what the table gives him. And the table gave him the 9. Reyes. And the mistakes can come in the way of a missed safety or a missed ball, an intended ball that doesn't find its way to a pocket. But Reyes breaks off here. Looks like he got a ball off the break, Danny, but
He did.
far from easy. He's going to be bridging right over the 7.
Well, the thing about it is if you make the ball, you're automatically going to the 2. So, you know, he originally stopped the cue ball. It was just dead stopped in the middle of the table. That's the idea of the break. But something hit the ball and made it a little off, but I see no problem. A little right-hand English. He's still got an angle. Now, I think this is the whole game falling on the 3.
Just want to acknowledge some of our sponsors at this year's U.S. Open. Q-Tech Cues, serious cues for serious players. And Chalk Off, the pool table cleaner. It's been employed here many times on this main table to keep all the chalk and dirt off that cloth. I want to thank BCA. PlayBCA.com. Simonis Cloth recovered all the tables at this year's U.S. Open. 16 tables, all recovered with beautiful Simonis 860 cloth. When do you not draw rave reviews when you've got the best cloth in the world on the best tables in the world? These beautiful diamond billiard tables.
Gorgeous. Greg Sullivan told me the Coca-Cola wood on that table could make 100 cue sticks, and he'd make way more with the wood that way than on the table. Gorgeous wood.
This table would look very good in your living room, Danny.
I'd have to throw out, like I said yesterday.
You've got to throw out the dining room suite.
I'd have to throw more than that out.
Reyes not happy with the way that he played that shot. He's left himself a little to do.
Well, he doesn't want to hit the 9. You know, now that you got this far, he's going to try to go one rail without hitting the 9. You don't want to hit the 9. And I don't know why he made a face when you're capable of doing this.
He's taken the last 3 in a row. Rack number 14. 7-6 for Reyes.
He made a ball. You notice how the cue ball almost went in that side pocket, but almost doesn't count. Well, if he makes this, I'm sure he's going to fall on the 2. This is the whole shot right now. Fall on the 2, and this game looks like there's no problems. Don't get over the top, though. Nope, she's fine. Well, John is sitting there helpless. I mean, you know, he's just got to wait for Efren to make some kind of error, or else he's in trouble.
Not really the sort of position you want to be in when you've got to depend on an error from a player like Reyes. I mean, you really want to be in control of your fate.
Well, he liked it better when he was a couple games ahead, that's for sure. He's going to come off the point here. Might be point position. No, he went a little forward with that soft stroke, because the softer you shoot, the less the cue ball glances. A little more speed, he would hit that point and possibly gone behind the 7, but he has all that knowledge, speeds.
And also, the bigger you make the pocket. Look out, look out!
Oh, he went in.
Oh, my goodness.
Sayang naman,
He
naman,
can't
naman.
believe it. Up off this 3 times. Obviously, he can't settle himself in his mind exactly how he wants to attack this. But like you, I think he should draw to the side cushion.
That's what he did. How's the speed? Man, dangerous.
I thought he'd pull it back closer to the middle, take the 9 out of play.
Well, he has to hit it with great speed, and he's got a clear shot at the 7.
Those long straight balls, a real test of cueing, and he thump that one into the back of the pocket. And eyeing up this 9 to get back to 7-7. Confirmation. John, that's, if you want to equate that to a batting average, you're hitting a lot of home runs.
It's like hitting 400. That's what it is when you hit over, when you shoot over 900.
Nothing down on the break. Try again.
Without hitting anything, or could he bank it and stick there? And if it doesn't go, he has snookered the guy. So he's not thinking of that. What he did was hit that ball.
Everything's in the open again. So often we say it, but this is all about just controlling that cue ball and getting it into the intended area. There he's just slightly over.
Going, yeah, I don't know if crumble up is what I'm thinking.
Well, you know what? He's going to try and bank this. It's a free shot. If he misses it, he's hoping
a little wide. But it was,
Kasalanan mo naman lahat yan eh.
sure, he was hoping.
and that's what he was counting on. If he made it, he had an easy shot. If he didn't, the other guy had difficulty. That's the way it's sitting. Because he's shooting it at all. Oh, how about that? He made it look easy. So all that talk was nothing.
You know, I was about to say that you never get a rush of blood from Reyes. I mean, everything he does tends to be very calculating.
Great shot.
You hear all the applause. Well, I can tell you we've got the showman himself, Keith McCready, down right beside the main table.
Iba na yun.
Reyes missed the 4 by some margin.
John Schmidt doesn't mind it.
McCready playing Younghwa Jung from Korea. And he's enjoying a 3-1 lead at the moment, and I can tell you the fans will let you know how that one goes out. McCready has quite a... And Schmidt looking to punish that miss from Reyes.
That was a good opening shot. The shot was tough, but the speed was, was tougher.
That's one thing about John, though, in this match. I mean, there have been certainly some chinks in Reyes's armor, some unforced errors, but Schmidt has punished every one of them, Danny. And I think for me, that's been the characteristic of this match.
You're exactly right. That's a good call, and that's what you have to do to win big tournaments. Take advantage of your opponent when he does make him. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He had to screw up here when you are getting near the wire. Oh boy, Efren, that was like a pleasant surprise for Efren. I don't think he expected him to miss that.
No, and you just know that Reyes getting away with the mistake on the 4 still lives to secure the rack. He's going to grow in confidence. And what a big miss that is. John Schmidt with his head down. 9 secured. Reyes 9-8 in front.
On his stroke.
So Reyes eyes him up. 9-8 in front. 2 away from the finish line. And the 9. Look at this. Punishing. 9 straight into the corner pocket. And the applause brings Efren Reyes to the hit. And he'd love to see a repeat of the last one with the 9 flying into the top corner. Oh.
Sayang
no,
naman,
no.
naman.
This is amazing. Amazing. I brag about it.
Sign of experience.
Plus, if a little dirt spot gets on that cue ball and you contact that object ball at that point, you may miss because of that. So that's pretty wise thinking for a young man. Well, he knows this is it.
Eyes where he wants to take that cue ball. He's got a couple choices here. I don't think he has to travel too far with that cue ball.
No.
Just keep it at that end of the table. As I said, he's got that opening between the 7 and the 8. Now just off 2 cushions to... I mean, the problem really is going to be from the 5 to the 6, Danny.
You're right. So he better get good on this shot. I don't know if he can. He went 2 rails, like you said, but he caught the point. 6 ball. He's going to have to gamble. How do you get to the 6? I mean, is he going to try to draw it back a little bit and shoot the 6 from the side? And he couldn't get the draw because, like I said, you're near that billiard, the 8 right on the nose. That might be the shot if you can. softer than the side, hit the 8 on the nose. That's what he did, but he missed.
Tanga talaga.
You know what?
And it was always going to be a problem from the 5 to the 6, and I don't think Reyes is going to let him back to the table as a win.
It was very interesting, and again, that suspense element, that when a player looks like he's getting out, and he doesn't. It's like a little bit of a shock. Imagine how the player feels.
And this 9 to close things out. Keep Reyes' dream for a second U.S. Open title alive. And there you have it, the magician through to round 4.